My name is Antonio Zavarce and I drive a 2019 Audi e-tron. I selected this vehicle because it made financial sense, but most importantly, it met my needs. I needed to tow approximately like a small camper, so I needed to have towing capacity of 4,000 pounds. I also needed it to be extremely comfortable, and that's something that, in my opinion, only Audi can deliver. And last but not least, I also wanted it to have some form of off-road capability, because I do like to go and explore state parks, and it can raise the suspension to up to 9 inches. So it worked perfect. Okay, it's like nothing you have ever experienced before because it is extremely quiet. So you don't hear any engine sounds, but most importantly, something that we all got used to is that jerkiness that you feel when a vehicle is changing gears when you're accelerating, and that's something that is non-existent in an electric car. It's a smooth acceleration, extremely quiet, but most importantly, it's vastly powerful, like supercar powerful. Quite recently, we just went on an 1,800-mile road trip in this vehicle. We wanted to go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee from here, Shreveport, Louisiana. And I can attest to the fact that the infrastructure is there, but most importantly, the vehicles are 100% capable of replacing your everyday vehicle. My experience was that Electrify America's charging stations are ready to go. They're installed along major highways, and all you got to do is just exit, and then you're ready to charge. The vehicle knows when you are approaching that charging station, and it automatically primes the battery temperature, so that way when you arrive, you're charging at the maximum speed possible, which makes it about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm a real estate agent, but one thing that you may not know is that I drive approximately 4,000 miles a month. So I drive way more than the average person does, and more. And so everything in my home is electric, and the stove, everything. And even with charging my electric vehicle, there's only an increase of between $50 and $65 a month. So it basically cost me $65 to drive 4,000 miles. And I don't know who else can give you that. Not even a Toyota Prius. No one can give you that. It's very interesting. My clients, they never really know that I'm driving an electric vehicle until towards the end of the transaction. And then they realize that they themselves spent so much money on gas while going to look at houses, and I spent nothing. And at that point, while we're at the closing table, we're usually just talking about, oh my God, we just went and saw 20 houses and we drove all over the place, and oh my God, how much money I spent on gas. And I tell them I didn't. All I spent was my time, and it didn't cost me anything. Well, what do you mean? Well, my vehicle is 100% electric. All of a sudden, their gears start turning, and they're like, well, maybe, what if I drive an electric vehicle? What if I do that? And then they have the issue with range. Your mindset has to change. For example, on this long trip to Gatlinburg, the maximum that I was comfortable sitting in the vehicle was approximately 3 hours, which happens to be the same sweet spot that Audi hit by putting the e-tron with a little bit over 200 miles of range. So range, it's not really, or should not really be, an issue when considering an electric vehicle, so long as that vehicle meets the 200 miles. Anything after that, you're not gonna sit for 8 hours in a car nonstop. At least I can. My back hurts. I can't do that. So at 200 miles is the sweet spot for me. And so this works perfect. For most people, not everybody, but for most people, primary charging is done at home. You do not need as many charging stations as you need gas stations. Therefore, what we need to have, it's a more aggressive charging infrastructure at home. And what does that require? What does that require of a person who wants to buy an electric vehicle? Something so simple as just having a 220-volt outlet in your garage. That's it. You have a gas station at home now. Do you like saving money? Do you like enjoy going on long trips as well? This vehicle over here, it's ready to tackle that. It completely replaces an internal combustion engine car. Like, it can replace your family car, and you can use it 100%. And all you have to do is just try it for yourself. go look at it and drive it.